The two widows we hear about in today's first reading and today's gospel are both widows. So, by definition, they once were married. And in biblical times, married women had it kind of rough. They really didn't have many rights. They depended on their husbands for everything, including their very survival. So, when their husbands actually died, bad situations became worse. These widows would have to struggle just to stay alive. Thousands of years ago, when a woman became a widow and had no family support nor any significant amount of money stocked away, her life was effectively over. Probably she would spend the rest of her life as a beggar. And yet, neither of the widows we encounter today were your typical widow. Instead of hoarding for themselves and hanging on to whatever they could, they surrendered. They gave of themselves however they could and with whatever they could. A little flour, a couple of small coins. They held nothing back. And Jesus understood what the widow at the temple was doing. She didn't take, she gave. Especially during this month of November, when the Catholic Church encourages us to pray for our beloved dead. There's a lesson that the widows have for us all. We may suffer terrible losses that rob us of those we love. We grieve, we mourn. We may ask ourselves why. But the way through death is love. Opening our hearts, giving of ourselves, holding nothing back. As a community of faith, St. John the 23rd is like those two widows. We have been touched by death. A spouse, a parent, a child, a sibling, a friend, a co-worker. We pray for those who have died, and we are called to give, even in the midst of shattering loss. We all carry with us some sadness, some hurt. There are 1,000 other deaths that leave their mark on us. Abuse, betrayal, infidelity, anxieties, and fears. They may lead us to feel that the world is unjust and unfair. The gospel today, especially, offers us a message of hope. The answer isn't in a closed fist, but an open hand. A hand that gives, a hand that holds nothing back. Because the way through loss is love. The way through fear is faith. And so we ask ourselves, how can we live that love? How can we share that faith? In other words, what can we give?